შევე?
Andrew, არ იცი შენ რა კაკი?
მაგაზე არ ჩემი ოჯახი.
Chopper on the roof.
We'll punch up.
Oh, Nick, get the boy!
Hey! Come on, kid, come back. Come back to your mother.
უგეში.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
უბრალოდ იქიდან გამოყვანა. დამელოდე.
He's got the kid. Nick and I are...
Stay here. Get to the roof. Take their... The elevator heading up. Their focus. We'll clear out and I'll get...
I can eat, maybe. დედა ჩემი შემოკლას აპირებს?
რა სერდი?
I got this.
Killing you.
Yeah.
Good.
You trust?
The family heading up.
Okay, mate, we're going to be ready. I got you. I got you.
შენ კიდე კარით გვევდება.
Good, copy.
Go. Stay back. Which way, Anthony? Well, I'm guessing up.
What did the radio calls? They're coming at us, heavily armed.
Where are the kids?
Hold on. Get on the floor.
Roger. Those that we got you fixed.
Got it. Here, don't let them between us.
Magazine are here.
Eagles down.
Second fight down.
What? Is that supposed to be funny?
Hang on tight. Come on, come on. Girl's hurt. We gotta move.
All right.
How bad is it? Engine.
Guys, need you. Got one healer. You okay? Cover me!
Brakes are out.
You kidding? Brakes! Hold on tight! Figure it out!
Сейчас база да ГТ 500 немде.
Careful.
Tyler. Mama shit.
Did you kill him? Hey, listen.
Don't do this.
Stay with her.
The boy here is here. Self in a lifetime of guilt. Ka more to your argument. Now weigh the gun in your hand. This is killing an unarmed man in the... What is? Sudija. Put the gun down. Brother. Good girl.
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst back into the world of pure, unadulterated chaos with Extraction 2. Remember the gut-wrenching moment at the end of the first movie where Tyler Rake took a swan dive off a bridge, riddled with bullets, into the river? Yeah, we all thought he was a goner, just another casualty of the mercenary life. But surprise! Turns out our man Rake is less dead and more extremely inconveniently injured. The film opens with a brutal reminder of his fall. The splash of the water then immediately thrusts us into a stark hospital room. He's barely clinging to life. The steady beeps of machines, a stark contrast to the previous film's explosions, narrating his fragile state. If you like this sneak peek, hit the like button and subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel and let me know you want more from the brink of the abyss. Rake embarks on the kind of recovery journey that makes your average gym goer look like they're just stretching for a nap. We're treated to a montage of pure grit and agony. Every muscle fiber screams as he pushes past unimaginable pain. You can almost feel the burning in your own limbs as he lifts weights, swings kettlebells, and struggles with resistance bands, the rhythmic thud of metal on rubber punctuating his resolve. It's not just physical, it's a mental battle too. The ghost of Daka hangs heavy, but so does the stubborn refusal to stay down. After months of this self-inflicted torture, his body might be scarred, but his spirit is undeniably, if begrudgingly, back in fighting shape. Fast forward 9 months, and we find Rake trying his hand at the retired life in a secluded Austrian cabin. Snow blankets everything, offering a picturesque, albeit lonely, backdrop. He's chopping wood with the same intensity he used to dispatch bad guys, the crisp thud of the axe biting into timber. It's a quiet existence, filled with the simple sounds of nature and the occasional crackle of a fire. But let's be real, a man like Tyler Rake doesn't just retire to a life of artisanal wood chopping. Cue the dramatic entrance of his trusty handler, Nick Khan, helicopter whirring, shattering the tranquil silence. She's got that look, the one that says, "I know you're trying to be normal, but destiny just called." And it wants its ridiculously effective mercenary back, Nick. Ever the pragmatist, doesn't beat around the bush. She lays out the new gig, and Rake, bless his heart, tries to act all "I'm retired, leave me alone" about it. But we all know that's not going to last. The mission, extract Ketivin, the sister of Rake's ex-wife, Mia, and her 2 children from a high-security Georgian prison. Apparently, her husband, David Radiani, a notorious crime lord, has locked them up to punish Ketivin for trying to leave him. It's not just a job, it's a rescue mission with a deeply personal sting, pulling Rake back into the orbit of his past. The silence in the cabin is heavy, broken only by Nick's impassioned plea and Rake's slow, reluctant nod. He knows this isn't just about money. It's about making amends in his own violent way. Before we plunge into the Georgian abyss, let's meet the antagonists, the Radiani brothers. David, the incarcerated husband, is a powerful crime lord who treats his family like property. His brother, Zurab, is the one pulling strings on the outside, a shadowy figure consumed by loyalty and vengeance. Their family, known as the Nagazi, is basically a one-stop shop for organized crime in Eastern Europe. Meanwhile, Ketivin and her children, Sandro and Nina, are languishing in a brutal prison, not as inmates, but as pawns in a twisted game of control. The metallic clang of the prison gates and the distant shouts of guards paint a grim picture of their confinement. It's a truly messed up situation, a family held captive by another part of their own family. Talk about awkward Thanksgiving dinners. With the mission accepted, Rake, Nick, and Yaz, the unflappable second in command, always rocking some cool tactical gear, begin their meticulous planning. They're like architects of mayhem, poring over blueprints of the Kakiri prison, which looks less like a correctional facility and more like a medieval fortress designed to keep dragons in. They strategize entry points, escape routes, and contingency plans for every imaginable disaster, which, knowing Rake, will absolutely all happen. The hum of computers, the crisp rustle of paper, and the rapid-fire exchange of tactical jargon fill the room. This isn't just a plan. It's a symphony of coordinated destruction waiting to be unleashed. Every detail is scrutinized, every potential threat considered, because in their line of work, overlooking a tiny detail means someone probably loses a limb or their head. Just another day at the office. Really, under the cloak of night, Rake and his team make their move. The initial infiltration of the Kakiri prison is a masterclass in stealth and deception. They slip through the gates disguised as guards, blending seamlessly into the grim, brutal architecture. Every shadow is a potential threat, every turn of a corridor a gamble. The heavy clank of their boots on concrete echoes in the oppressive silence, punctuated only by the distant shouts of actual guards. You can almost feel the chill in the air, the cold sweat of anticipation. It's a calculated risk, a delicate dance between blending in and preparing for the inevitable eruption of violence. They navigate the labyrinthine corridors, eyes constantly scanning, senses on high alert. This is the calm before the very loud, very explosive storm. Rake systematically navigates the prison's underbelly, finally locating Kedivin and her children in a surprisingly nice cell, considering their circumstances. It's a brief, tense reunion. Kedivin is understandably skeptical and terrified. She's been conditioned by her husband's control, the suffocating silence of confinement. Her children, Sandro and Nina, are equally bewildered and afraid, clinging to their mother. Rake, ever the picture of subtlety, has to convince them that he's not just another ghost from their past, but their only ticket out. The low murmur of Rake's urgent whispers, trying to reassure them amidst the chilling silence of the prison, is a stark contrast to the violence about to erupt. It's a delicate dance of persuasion, knowing full well that time is a luxury they don't have. The moment of truth arrives when Rake confronts David Radiani. David, a sneering, arrogant brute, is clearly in his element, thinking he controls everything. But Rake isn't there for a polite chat. Words quickly escalate to fists, and then, as expected, to a full-blown firefight. The crack of gunfire is deafening, echoing off the concrete walls. This isn't a subtle extraction anymore. It's an all-out war. Rake moves with brutal efficiency, the thud of punches, the grunt of effort, the splintering of wood as he dispatches guards. He's a human battering ram, clearing a path through the onslaught. His priority always the safety of Kedivin and her bewildered children. The prison, once a tomb of silence, is now an arena of chaos, ringing with screams and the metallic clang of weapon on weapon. Then comes the piece de resistance, the epic prison yard sequence, presented in that glorious, seamless one-shot style that makes you wonder if these guys are actually insane. As Rake, Kedivin, and the kids burst into the snowy yard, all hell breaks loose. Suddenly, they're not just fighting guards, but a literal army of enraged Uzbek prisoners, all eager to join the fray because, well, why not? The thud of boots on snow, the sickening crunch of bones, the wild roars of hundreds of combatants. It's a symphony of violence. Rake becomes a tornado of destruction, swinging a riot shield, punching, kicking, throwing bodies with astonishing force. Snow is stained crimson, the air thick with the metallic tang of blood and the guttural shouts of men. This is pure, unadulterated mayhem, a ballet of brutality. And Rake is the lead dancer. The one-shot odyssey continues, dragging us through a burning prison gym that seems to defy all known health and safety regulations. Sparks fly with splinters and the heat practically radiates off the screen. Rake uses everything at his disposal, gym equipment, heavy weights, even a guard's head, probably. The screams of the dying and the crackle of flames add to the sensory overload. From the gym, they burst into a garage filled with an array of vehicles. It's a relentless onslaught, a non-stop barrage of fists, feet, and bullets, all underscored by the frantic shouts of Ketivan trying to keep her terrified children safe. You almost want to yell at the screen. Can't a guy just have a quiet moment in a prison without someone trying to set him on fire? Just when you think Rake couldn't possibly raise the stakes any higher, he hops into an armored vehicle with Ketivan and the kids huddled inside, and proceeds to treat the prison like his personal demolition derby. He smashes through concrete walls, crumples steel gates, the shrieking metal and shattering glass a symphony of destruction. It's less driving, more actively dismantling the prison from the inside out. The roar of the engine, the squeal of tires, and the constant rattle of gunfire provide a pulse-pounding soundtrack. Finally, with a spectacular explosion, they burst through the outer wall, leaving a trail of debris and very annoyed prison guards in their wake. They're out, but the ride is far from over. This is exactly why you hire a professional, not your cousin Vinny. No sooner are they out of the prison than they're plunged into a frantic road chase. Dozens of Radiani's men, looking genuinely peeved about the whole prison demolition thing, are hot on their tail. Bullets ping off the armored car, glass shatters, and the roar of engines fills the air. Rake's team provides covering fire from other vehicles, creating a chaotic ballet of explosions and near misses on the highway. Just when you think they might actually get a moment to breathe, they pull off an absolutely insane stunt, transferring from the moving car to a moving train. It's a breathtaking leap of faith, a desperate scramble for survival, as they narrowly make it onto the freight train, leaving their wrecked car and a legion of frustrated bad guys behind. Because who needs a quiet exit when you can have a cinematic spectacle? Alright, so they're on the train. Safe. Right. Ha! You clearly haven't been paying attention. Zurab, David's vengeful brother, sends in the heavy artillery, attack helicopters. Rake finds himself once again in the fresh air, specifically on top of a high-speed train, battling armed goons while choppers try to blast him into oblivion. It's freezing, the wind is whipping, and the rhythmic clang of the train on the tracks is overshadowed by gunfire and explosions. Rake engages in a brutal, hand-to-hand brawl, the momentum of the train adding an extra layer of peril. He's dodging bullets, throwing men off the train like they're beanbags, and even manages to take down a helicopter with the kind of resourcefulness that makes you question your own life choices. It's a truly spectacular, vertigo-inducing sequence, a testament to Rake's unwavering, almost superhuman resilience. The fight spills inside the train cars, transforming the tight corridors into a deadly gauntlet. Rake moves with savage grace, his movements economical but devastating. The muffled thud of bodies hitting walls, the sharp crack of bones, and the desperate shouts of his team trying to secure the family punctuate the chaos. Ketivan, still struggling with her trauma and allegiance, attempts to call Zurab, briefly compromising their position, a frustrating, yet understandable, moment of defiance. Rake has to literally fight through rows of men, pushing, pulling, and slamming them into seats and windows. Each blow connects with a visceral impact, the sharp pop of a punch, the groan of a defeated foe. It's a claustrophobic, brutal ballet of survival, where every inch gained is paid for in blood, against all odds. They make it to a safe house in Vienna, a surprisingly swanky, modern residence, a stark contrast to the grimy prison and bullet-riddled train. For a brief, blessed moment, there's a fragile peace. The children, Sandro and Nina, are finally able to shed a few layers of their fear, tentatively exploring their new, albeit temporary, sanctuary. Ketivan is still struggling, the echoes of her abusive husband's control lingering. The team, battered and bruised, tries to decompress, but the tension is palpable. The hum of the air conditioning is almost too quiet after the relentless cacophony of gunfire and explosions. It's a moment of respite, a collective exhale, but you just know in a movie like this, it's only a matter of time before the other shoe drops. Or, more accurately, before a dozen armed guys drop through the roof, while Rake's team catches their breath. Zurab Radiani, David's brother, is busy having a very bad day. He learns of his brother's demise and descends into a terrifying spiral of grief and incandescent rage. We see him in a darkly opulent setting, surrounded by his loyal enforcers. His voice dripping with venom, he vows absolute vengeance. The silent, stoic nods of his men confirm their unwavering loyalty. Zurab isn't just angry. He's a force of nature driven by a primal need for retribution. He mobilizes his vast network, his eyes burning with a cold, calculating fury. You can practically hear the subtle hum of 1,000 cell phones buzzing as his army of thugs is unleashed, all pointing towards Vienna. Someone is definitely going to pay the price for messing with the Radianus, and it usually involves a lot of loud noises and flying shrapnel, and just like that, the brief calm shatters. Zurab's forces launch a full-scale assault on the Vienna safe house. It's an absolute barrage of bullets and explosives, turning the luxurious home into a war zone. Glass shatters, walls crumble, and the constant crackle of automatic gunfire is deafening. Rake, Nick, and Yes spring into action, defending the family with everything they've got. They move with practiced precision, the fluid choreography of death, as they fend off wave after wave of attackers. The air is thick with dust and the metallic scent of gunpowder. This isn't just a firefight, it's an extermination attempt. Rake is everywhere, a whirlwind of fists and fury, protecting the children even as the building around them is systematically reduced to rubble. It's like a particularly aggressive game of whack-a-mole, but with much higher stakes and more lethal mallets. With the safe house crumbling, the only option is a desperate rooftop helicopter escape. As the chopper descends, Rake pushes Kedavin and the children aboard, a frantic scramble for safety. But the enemy is relentless. Yes, ever the selfless professional, covers their retreat, laying down suppressing fire, the sharp report of his rifle cutting through the cacophony. In a gut-wrenching moment, he takes a fatal shot, collapsing as Rake watches, helpless, from the ascending helicopter. It's a heavy silence that follows the gunshots, a tragic loss that truly stings. The pain and fury on Rake's face are palpable, a quiet roar of grief amidst the rotor wash. Yaz's sacrifice is a stark reminder that even the most hardened mercenaries aren't immune to loss. He was a good egg, that Yaz, and deserved better than to go out in a blaze of gunfire. Just when you think they might have a clear escape. Zurab, still obsessed with personal vendetta, sends his own helicopter to intercept. This isn't just a chase, it's a mid-air boarding party. His men, rappelling down like vengeful spiders, manage to breach Rake's helicopter. What follows is a brutal, claustrophobic firefight inside the cramped cabin, hundreds of feet above the ground. The constant thrum of the rotors, the screams of the children, and the close-quarters crackle of gunfire create an unbearable tension. Rake fights with a desperate ferocity, fueled by grief and the need to protect his charges. The helicopter lurches violently, the very air itself threatening to pull them out. It's like an airplane argument, but with more bullets and higher stakes. You wouldn't want to be the flight attendant on that particular journey. The mid-air brawl inevitably leads to a spectacular, jarring crash landing. Both helicopters careen through the air, smashing into a dense, muddy forest. The cacophony of twisting metal, shattering glass, and splintering trees is immense. Miraculously, Rake, Kedavin, and the kid survive, but so do Zurab and his remaining forces. What follows is a brutal, primal fight in the heart of the woods. The air is thick with the smell of damp earth and gunpowder. Rake, covered in mud and blood, stalks through the trees, using the environment to his advantage, the rustle of leaves and twigs underfoot marking every step. It's a savage, desperate battle, culminating in a tense standoff between Rake and Zurab, who is, by this point, absolutely unhinged. You almost expect some wild animals to join the party, just for the sheer absurdity of it all. Rake, driven by the memory of Yaz and the desire for justice, tracks Zurab to a dilapidated, atmospheric church. The stained glass windows are broken, letting in slivers of weak light, highlighting the dust motes dancing in the air. The silence in the church is thick, broken only by their heavy breathing. It's the ultimate showdown, a clash of two broken, determined men. Zurab, still clinging to his twisted code of family honor, tries to break Rake mentally, but Rake is beyond the reach of his psychological games. The fight that erupts is raw, personal, and utterly brutal. Every punch, every kick, every struggle is imbued with their shared history of violence and loss. The metallic clang of a pipe hitting bone, the ragged gasps for air, echo through the sacred, yet desecrated, space. This isn't just an extraction, it's Rake's personal exorcism. With Zurab finally dispatched, the dust settles. Rake finds a measure of peace, particularly in a poignant conversation with Mia, his ex-wife, on a serene beach. The gentle lapping of waves provides a stark contrast to the earlier explosions and gunfire. There's an unspoken understanding between them, a shared weight lifted as they finally acknowledge their past and the son they lost. It's a moment of quiet, hard-won redemption for Rake, a step towards healing. Kedivin and the children are safe, finally free from their captors, a testament to Rake's grim determination. The sounds of the ocean, the soft whispers of their voices, create an atmosphere of fragile hope. Our hero, for once, isn't fighting for his life, but for a glimmer of his soul. A surprisingly thoughtful moment for a man who typically communicates with his fists. But wait, our hero in a quiet, happy retirement. That's just not how these movies work. Turns out, Rake is now in a high-security prison, a brief, inconvenient detour. The clatter of keys, the distant shouts of guards, the heavy steel door slamming shut behind him. Here, the mysterious, impeccably dressed handler, Alcott, makes a reappearance. He offers Rake a new mission, one even more dangerous and secretive than the last. He wants Rake to extract a high-value target from another impossible location, hinting at the powerful forces at play and the continued need for Rake's unique brand of chaos. Rake, ever the professional, agrees, his eyes already assessing the invisible threats. It's an intriguing setup, hinting at endless possibilities for future extractions. And with that, the stage is set for more bullet-riddled escapades and more glorious one-shot sequences, because apparently, Rake just can't quit this life of making bad guys regret their choices. You gotta admire the man's dedication, or maybe just his incredible tolerance for getting shot at. What an incredible, heart-pounding journey we've taken with Tyler Rake. Extraction isn't just about the explosions and the jaw-dropping action sequences, as amazing as they are. It's a testament to the sheer, unyielding power of the human spirit. Rake faced seemingly insurmountable odds, pushed his body and mind past their breaking points, and yet he persevered. He fought not just for others, but for a sliver of his own redemption, a chance to mend the invisible wounds. It reminds us that even when we feel utterly broken, when the world throws everything it has at us, there's a strength deep inside that can help us rise again. It's a story of pain, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of a purpose, however brutal that purpose may be. His journey is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest corners, hope and an extraordinary capacity for resilience can be found. Keep fighting your own battles, whatever they may be.